If you're a busy parent or you're overworked in the 9 to 5 and you're looking to create those $5,000 to $10,000 months with print on demand, there's people that started in your position that got to be able to create those months by being able to focus, find, and double down on the opportunities that they spot. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the entire process of choosing a product with that wow factor and high profits so that when you do make sales, you actually do make money, to researching, to finding that opportunity, to blending products that are already proven in the marketplace, to create a new unique design that stands out and is going to allow you to create that time freedom and financial independence that you're looking for. So let's get into it. ShineOn is an absolutely fantastic supplier in the marketplace. Over the years, they have developed some of the best products, the best-selling products in the industry that allow marketers like us to be able to get in there and really blow up sales and make a heck of a lot of money. So at the moment, they're continually rolling out new products, and some of the ones that come through are just phenomenal. And it makes it very hard to stay focused and put the time and effort into any particular product in order to find that success. But one of the products that's just come out stands out, and we really need to take a look at it because the opportunity that exists with this particular product is huge. So this one here, the interior decor, so we're going down in here. There's a few products in here now. I'm going to choose the heirloom woven blanket. Now, I have done a little bit of research before this to make sure that there is opportunity in here. But right now, this thing is incredible, and I'd be aiming to sell this for around the $100 mark. So the profit is going to be well above the $52 that it's saying here. But once we've got the product in mind that we want to design, now we need to go out and find the opportunity. So with this tutorial, I'm actually going to take you through how to spot that opportunity with Etsy. So I'm going to go over to eRank. So in here, I've searched for blanket. So eRank is a very cost-effective tool for doing research to see what the marketplace is looking for. With this particular product, it's staying pretty constant throughout the year. The product that we're going to create together now is actually focused on an evergreen niche. So we're going to see, or we should see, consistent sales year round. I'm starting with a very generic term for the product, blanket. So as we come down, we're going to see all the different examples of what people are searching for on Etsy. Go through and spot the opportunity. So we're looking to make sure that we've got good searches here that are in the green, and then we want to see that the competition is low, particularly when we're starting. It just allows us to stand out much easier as opposed to going for the big keywords that have a lot of competition. Doesn't mean you can't do it and make incredible success, but it's just a bit harder when you're first starting. So the first one that really stands out is this milestone blanket. 3,200 searches in the US alone. Etsy competition is quite low. So that has piqued my curiosity enough to actually explore further. Now, spotting opportunities is only one part of the overall strategy that allows you to do those $5,000 to $10,000 months with print on demand. If you would love the step-by-step blueprint to creating those for yourself, then make sure you check out PODHacks.co, which is my coaching program for print on demand to allow you to create more time freedom and financial independence. If you love the sound of having that step-by-step blueprint, make sure you hit the first link in the description below, watch the free training, and book a call with me and my team. Talk to you over there. To stand out, we can do several things. Personalization's huge. Bringing that into it with names, dates, those kinds of things straight away is going to help stand out. The other thing that's going really well on Etsy right now is birth month flowers. So I'm thinking that if we can use names and dates with the milestone blanket, so we're going to put the months on that, and we can use those wildflowers, we're going to be able to create something quite incredible. So coming over to Etsy, I'm actually going to search for the particular product that we're going to create just to see what sort of sales volume that's happening over here. So what I've done, I've searched for milestone blanket, which is a keyword that we're going for. Then from there, what I want to do is search for, put the filters on, star seller, physical items, go apply. So we've got star seller and physical items. So up here in the URL, I'm just going to change that star to best. And straight away, like Etsy puts little tags on these products to indicate that, you know, something's doing quite well. So when we see products with that bestseller tag on there, best thing to do is open it and just see what sort of volume the carts are. So that's saying in 20 plus carts, which is a good indication that people connect with it. They like the design. There's something there that we need to work with. So very cool. So obviously that's personalized. It's got the month on there. It's got the photo of the baby on there as well. So very cool. Wildflower, that's cool. Name, months, awesome. So on these, like in 20 plus carts as well, this one's in demand. Two people bought this in the last 24 hours. So right away, we've got indication there that these things are selling. So let's create something to get out there and potentially nab some of these sales. So what I want to do to really start standing out is firstly focus on a gender. What I'm going to do to add an extra bit of buy-in to this product is add a phrase to it. So a lot of us have already had experience selling jewelry, so we want to bring that into the mix as well. So putting phrase on this is just another way to really bring in that emotional factor with this. So you may need to do, a few designs until you find that phrase that actually connects with this particular blanket. But I think it's a very, very cool way to stand out, particularly with these other elements of personalization that help to stand out. So what I've done is, because jewelry, as we know, is a really, really good seller on Etsy. Again, I've just done the same search. So I've come in here to my daughter necklace. So I've gone I've restricted the data again to find the best sellers. And I'm just going through here to look at which ones really connect. So when you see that tag, so I've got the extension there that's blocking it, but you can see bestseller. So open that one. In demand, 20 people bought this in the last 24 hours. That's incredible. That's a really good, strong product. Great reviews, awesome. So if we actually dive into this particular product, a few things stand out. Firstly, it's easy to read. There's lots of contrast on there. But as we read through, we can see there's lots of different phrases blended together to find this winning product. So each of these phrases standalone has sold well. And on the product brought together in a way that makes sense has been an absolute game changer. One thing I don't like is that so much success has been just by people ripping and copying these exact phrases. But we don't need to do that. When we're using tools like ChatGPT, and these just get better and better the more we use them, what we can see is that we can take these elements of this phrase and start putting them into a sheet. So this sheet's going to become your resource or your archive of phrases that you find. There's other things you can do to it, like add the phrase temp. So what that means is, like over here, you'd put another column in, phrase temp in 20 plus carts. So you know straight away when you refer back to the sheet that it's a really, really strong phrase without having to keep coming back. Also adding a link to the products that you saw that were doing well. But in here, I've broken down the different elements of that phrase. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, I've just put that in here. The next part, never forget that I love you. I've written that in here as well. And I've gone through the rest to do the same. What I want to do, and what is often difficult when we're first starting, is trying to articulate a similar message with the cadence, flow, and rhythm of this particular product. So with that, we want to take that over to ChatGPT. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. I want it to rewrite this phrase 5 times to give us 5 variations that we can work with. Now, probably each of these variations aren't going to be what we work with in its entirety, but different elements of those 5 variations can bring together something very, very cool. So here I've said, rewrite the message as if you're creating a gift card for a baby. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, remember whose daughter you are and straighten your crown. So it gave me an example, little one. Whenever the world seems big, remember you are the cherished daughter of amazing parents. Hold your head high and let your tiny crown shine. So there's elements of that I love and elements of that I don't really like. So little one, whenever the world seems big, remember that you're cherished. I think that's great. I don't like the daughter of amazing parents. I want it to be all about the child and what they're capable of. Hold your head high and let your tiny crown shine. I wanted more variation so I could play around with it. So, tiny darling, when the world feels vast, remember you're the precious daughter of loving parents. Keep your crown, little crown held high. So the one I really like in this is as you embark on life's journey, tiny princess, remember the arms that hold you close. Not a big fan of the sign off there, but as you embark on life's journey, tiny princess, remember the arms that hold you close. I'm going to take that, come back over here, and whack it in that sheet. I'm going to bold that because that's what I'm working on currently. And I'm going to come back over. So the first one, little one, whenever the world seems big, remember you are the cherished daughter. Hold your head high and let your tiny crown shine. I like that. So put that over there. Again, bold it. As you embark on life's journey, tiny princess, remember the arms that hold you close. Now, another phrase I wanted to rewrite is just this: never forget that I love you forever. So I'm going to put that in here as well. Now it's spitting out some good stuff here. And I think the first one's the strongest one there. Always remember, our love for you is endless. Believe in yourself as strongly as we believe in you. I think that's great. So we'll make it from parents. So now that we've got a phrase, so as you embark on life's journey, cool. So I think together that's enough for us to actually start creating something. So an amazing tool that I've been using a lot lately is Kittl. So come over here. I've just searched for t-shirts in here. But all we're looking for is a structure that's going to be really good to build on. So I think this one here, the old timer, even though it's a completely different niche, I like the style of what's happening here. So I'm going to use this design and now we can get creating. So we want to make sure that we're designing on the right size product. So over here, we want to click this little cog. I'll just blow it up so you can actually see it. Come down here to custom size, 5760. Cool, 4800 and go confirm. Awesome. So now we can actually see what it is that we're working with. So the circle is going to form where Bub is going to lie on this blanket. So we want to bring it down here until it's at a size that you're happy with. I'm going to delete these other bits of it. I'm going to keep these lines because they actually kind of look cool. Delete that one. So to my daughter, I think we can change this because it's a little bit of a different product. So we want to make sure that it makes sense, the message that we're putting on there. So our beautiful daughter, and then we can change this to be a birth date. I think that'd be kind of cool. So you Americans do your birth dates a bit differently. So I'm going to do something that's makes sense. 10, 20, 23. Cool, that'll do. And then we can delete that. That'll do. And then we can delete that. So I think that may need to be a bit bigger, although we're doing it on a pretty big blanket. So it's 50 by 64. So that may be that it ends up being too big. So we'll bring that back down. Might be worth bringing a baby and a swaddle in here just to use as a reference. Now using that same font, which is a Fabrica, we want to start putting in our numbers. So change that to the font that we want. So to make it easier so everything lines up, I'm going to turn the grid on. So on that little cog there again, we want to click show grid. Now, which way are they doing that? So they're doing across. Cool. So now we have our numbers. And the next stage is bringing in our phrase. So coming over here, we want to grab that one that we've created, copy and paste it, come back to Kittl, and now we want to put in another text box. And now we have to go through the same process of making it fit and look good. What I want to do is have a piece here that the daughter reflects on in years to come with a really strong message that we know has a good chance of selling. So there we've got that font choice. I want to make that bigger. All right, position. I think it needs a little bit of something else there. So I'm going to bring in personalization where they can add their baby's name here. So we already know what that font was. It was Great Vibes. It'll have our recently used fonts in here. So Great Vibes is just there. We've got Sienna, just a custom placed name. So what I think now is to add that final touch of the birth flower. So coming over to Creative Fabrica, and if you hit the link in the description below, you'll be able to get an account set up for $1 for your first month for unlimited design. So jump on that. But I'm searching here for the birth flower element, and this one is looking the goods. I really quite like that. So make sure it's got the commercial license on there, which is really cool. The good thing is that we're actually modifying it quite a bit with adding all this other stuff to it. So we want to add to cart and download it. So once you've downloaded that, you need to bring in that actual element to your design. So it's uploading right now. There we have it. Very cool. And straight away, that looks like it fits. It fits the design that we've chosen, which is very important. So I'm just going to find the place where it's going to make the most sense. It may not be perfect. So move the different elements around. What I'm going to do is just grab those two and group them. Bring it across just to give it a bit more space. Bring that up. Okay, so now that we're ready, we want to download that design. I like the color in the background too. It's sort of similar to what we're seeing is selling as a really good background. So it doesn't make sense to change that one. So coming back to Kittl, make sure we turn that off, remove the background, make sure we're optimizing for quality. DPI we want at 300. Then we go download the PNG. Then we need to come over to ShineOn, and we're going to upload it in here, and it's going to start creating the mockups for us. So give it a minute for it to upload. We can actually see what it's going to look like on the blanket. Now, I'm not entirely convinced the design is where it needs to be just yet. So I'm going to move some things around to really make it pop. Come back over to Kittl. Actually, I'm going to refer back to that design that's selling well over here. So we've got months on there. That's what I didn't put on there. Names at the top. All right, cool. So I'm going to move that name up here. I'm going to copy and paste that, make it smaller. Month, put that up here. We might make this a bit bigger. Move that line there because that's what... Move that line there because that's going to break it up a bit. Cool. Let's see what that looks like. So upload, that is straight away looking like it's used a lot of that space a lot better. Fantastic. So what we can do now is, because ShineOn has only got these 2 images, if we want to stand out on Etsy, we need some images that will do that for us. Coming over to Creative Market, which is a really cool platform for finding these mockups. So I've typed in here heirloom blanket mockup, and straight away you can see a lot that make it absolutely amazing. So the one that stood out and the one we're going to get is this one. So again, the link is in the description below. So we're going to use this. It's going to be a game changer when we use it for product mockups. Now this can get a little bit more complex. You're going to need Photoshop. It may work with Photo P. I'm not quite sure. But there's a couple here that I want to use. So this one, and the rolled up version, I think are going to be very cool. Okay, so I've opened it in Photoshop, and we can see here what the image looks like. So what we're going to do with this particular file is double click this layer here. I'm not sure if you can see it. We'll double click that layer there and put the design in, close it, and you can see right there that it is quite cool. Okay, so it's not just going to be on a white background. I'm going to change that so it looks like it's actually on timber. So a really cool website is pexels.com. It's a free one. So I've gone through here and just found an image that is going to work for our purposes. And it's going to be this one here. So download that and then take it back over to Photoshop. So in here, back down on the layers panel, design, background, double click that. And we want to drag it in. So there it is. Just duplicate that so it goes up higher. Rasterize. Bring that down. Cool. Looks awesome. Save it. And there we have it. That's a mock-up that we can use on Etsy. Save it. So this is the one that we need to make look really good. So that logo at the top there, we're going to turn that off. Designed by Createsy. Cool. Coming down where it says design blanket, that's where we're going to put in our design. It's going to have to fill this entire space. So I've drag and dropped it in here. There we go. Cool. Save. Watch the magic happen. Amazing. Very cool. If you think it needs that wooden background, we can add that in as well. So just put it in above the background there. So we've got the shadows and whatever. Then we just want to drag and drop it in. Change the orientation. Cool. Nice. There we go. I don't think there's enough contrast in that to worry about having that timber background. So probably wouldn't worry about it. And I'd crop that down. So it's really the product that we're showcasing there, not the background. So that's cool. And also we want to rotate that as well because we want that to stand out. So in Photoshop, come up to image rotation, 90 degrees counterclockwise. Save it. There you go. You got a brand new, unique product that's sure to stand out in that marketplace and start bringing in sales. Now, it's not entirely free. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you get all my future content that I put out that is designed to help you make more money in less time with print on demand. And if you want to know how to do that sooner, make sure you watch this video next. See you over there.